Hold on. This is, you can't even, it's not even in frame. This is me struggling to carry stacks of books that you can't even see. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm doing something today that I literally made a video about how I'm never gonna do it. John's just knocked over my tripod, which to be fair, is pretty precarious right now. I literally ranted about how I would never unhaul any of my books. Never, ever. I really did believe that for a long time. I was like, I'm a person that doesn't get rid of books under any circumstances. That's not me. And I guess in this delusion of mine, I have unlimited space for books. I always joke about like, oh, I'll just get more shelves. I'll just buy a second house for my books. But here's the thing, I got new shelves and it didn't help. So yeah, I'm getting rid of books. I'm doing an unhaul. I have already sort of selected the books that are going to be released into the wild. Is that the right way to put it? At this moment on my floor, there are 43 books that I am going to be getting rid of, unhauling. Unhauling sounds nicer than just getting rid of. Now, you might be wondering what I'm gonna do with these books, and I do have 3 different options because I want these books to go to a good home and to serve a good purpose. I would love for all of these books to be donations or to somehow make money to go towards a charitable cause. That can't happen because some of these books are in atrocious condition and it just wouldn't be right. The main thing that I'm gonna do with the books that are in good enough condition for this is they will be donated to the store that I work at for the Adopt a School program. So towards the holiday season, employees can donate their own books that are in good condition. They get wrapped up and we do blind date with a book. You might have seen this. It's not an original thing that we created. But basically customers can come in and donate any amount of money that they'd like to the Adopt a School program, which helps out underfunded schools in Canada. And then they get to go home with a mystery book. So I'm hoping to give a good number of these books to the Adopt a School program. The ones that just either aren't in good condition or are annotated or stamped by me, those will be going to little free libraries, which is a future video I'm gonna be doing, where I'm going to go trade in my books, which means I'm just gonna be getting books back. No. I'm gonna try to donate more books than I bring home. And then I haven't fully decided yet, but there might be a couple books that I'm going to sell on Facebook Marketplace because I do just need the money. We'll see, I might not do that. That's selfish of me. I should just donate them. We'll see what happens. Okay, so let me rephrase all this. There are 2 things I'm gonna do with the books. Adopt a School program or donate to little free libraries in my neighborhood. Oh, and how am I deciding what to donate? Easy. Books outside of my genre, so books that are not fantasy, sci-fi, or horror that I've just accumulated somehow. I have a significant stack of YA or children's books here, and by children's I mean middle grade novels, because either I read them a long time ago and I'm ready to say goodbye. None of my sentimental ones, those are staying forever. And then another category of YA books I have are ones that I bought in the wild, like I found them at a thrift store or something and I was like, oh, I should just own a copy of like Divergent, for example. I've never read Divergent. I bought it like 2 years ago. I don't need Divergent. I can get rid of it. And then the last category of books that I'm getting rid of are books that I actually do like, but I've either replaced them with a new copy of some kind, a better copy that fits my vibe, or, well, you'll see. You know what? You'll just see. So let's just start with those teen books. I think that'll be the most interesting. Well, we'll start with the one I already mentioned, Divergent by Veronica Roth. I think this is a little free library donation. The pages are a bit yellowed. It's got stickers on the back. It's not in terrific condition. Ooh, ew, and I don't know what's going on there. I've never opened that part before. The Companion. This I could donate. It's in good condition. Never read it, no idea what it's about. It was on bargain. I bought it for like $6, but it's YA. We'll put this in a donate pile. Perks of being a wallflower. I did read this as a teen, as a lot of us did. It's not as important to me as it is to a lot of people, so I don't have any sentimental reason to keep it, so might as well get rid of it. It's little and it just kind of takes up space, and I never look at it. And I don't like the size of this book. But this can be an adopt a school donate. If I stay, ugh, stupid step back cover. I traded this out of a different little free library once. Gonna just go back into a little free library. It's a little beat up, and I did actually stamp the inside of it when I got it. Oh, this one is kind of sentimental. I don't know if I can actually get rid of it. So this is flipped. I don't know how many people have read this book. It's a kid's middle grade book. It's sentimental to me because when I was 9, I was in the hospital for quite a while for an appendix surgery gone wrong. I'm fine. But my dad read this to me in the hospital and I loved it, and I have very fond memories of that. So the reason I wanted to get rid of it is because the story doesn't mean anything to me. I don't care about this book, but I do care about my feelings. Okay, I'm keeping this, never mind. Pretend this part wasn't in the video. Earth to Nathan Blue. I don't really remember what it's about. It's about a kid that doesn't fit in and his like imaginary world. The reason I have this is because the author, Matt Beam, was in some way connected to my family at some point. And I read it when I was the age to read this, but I'm an adult now. This will be an adopt a school because it's in quite good condition. Safekeeping by Karen Hess was a favorite of mine for a long time. It's an apocalypse-esque story about a teen girl, and it was very emotionally intense for the age range that I was when I read it. But I am ready to let this one go. I think it can be a donation. It's in good condition as well. I've already mixed up my piles. I was trying to put them into 2 separate piles, like adopt a school donation versus little free library, and then I just have been mixing them together. Dragon Rider. Okay, so I love Dragon Rider, and I'm not getting rid of it because I don't like it. I just own this twice. I have a special edition in hardcover that's all like shiny and nice, and then I also have this regular paperback, so I don't need to. I've also decided to cut down my angsty teen collection, which includes both Wake and Evermore. But I'm no longer an angsty teen, I am an angsty adult. And I hated this book and I never read this one, so goodbye. Juliet Immortal was super interesting to me as a teen. It's a Romeo and Juliet retelling, but they're reincarnated in regular teenagers' bodies. I don't know. I'm not particularly interested in it anymore. I never finished it, and I never will. Nobody's prize. This is a Helen of Troy retelling. All I remember from this book is that she gets her period, and it was a big deal. No, thank you. Vixen and Ingenue. These are teen flapper stories. See, when I was a teenager, I had no idea what I wanted to read. Like, I was regularly reading fantasy, like adult fantasy, like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. But then when I would go to buy a book, I would find myself in the teen section and be like, well, this is what I'm supposed to read because I'm a 14-year-old girl. And I would buy stuff like this. Why was there no Bookstagram when I was 14? Because it wasn't invented yet. I actually have no idea if this is a teen novel or not. I know I bought it when I was a teen. It's called The Cruelty. I know that's really hard to see on camera. The main character is a teenage girl, but I'm pretty sure she does a lot of murder with like guns, and she's trying to find her kidnapped father. So these last 3 YA books that I have are genuinely good books, but I'm getting rid of them, unhauling them, because I've replaced them since with other copies. So if you watched one of my unboxing videos recently, you'll remember that I got paperbacks of Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After. So these are gonna be donations for Adopt a School after I clean the sticker residue off of this book. And then this one I'm still not really sure about, but it's Daughter of the Pirate King. I got the new hardcovers that they released because I really, really like the stenciled edge that they have here. And the naked hardback is cute, but I also really like this paperback illustration. Next category is mysteries and thrillers and things I could like, but I haven't read. Actually, I already lied because I did read this first one, The Sisters Brothers, and it has won a ton of awards. So find it in your local little free library. My local little free library. Catch-22 I got because I've heard the name and I know it's a popular book, not a clue what it's about, and I've accepted that it's not going to be read. I tried to read, I know you know, 100 times and I couldn't do it. I was going through a phase as a late teenager when I was like 17, 18, where I thought I was really into mysteries and crime novels because I had read Shutter Island and loved it, which is technically a mystery novel. But then I discovered later on that Shutter Island, the reason I like it is because it reads a lot more like horror than traditional mystery or crime. So even though this is also about child murders, sister wife. I also went through a phase where I was very interested in sister wives and polygamous relationships, as I feel like a lot of young girls with weird imaginations do. I, you know, dressed in a long dress and pretended that I was part of a polygamous marriage. I don't know. It's an advanced reader copy, so I think I got it from a thrift store, because I did not personally receive an ARC for Sister Wife. The Lost Symbol is something I will just replace at some point. I have all of the other Da Vinci Code books in mass market, even though I normally hate mass market books, this is sort of an exception I'll make. This is also a large print edition that I stole from my grandfather, so I'm gonna replace this in mass market. Case Histories, another mystery crime thing that I thought I would like, but nah. The Witches of New York has the word witches in the title, so I got it. It's fiction, I'm not gonna read it. Falling by TJ Newman. This sounds cool and the sequel is out and also sounds cool, but I just think when it comes down to it, it's not gonna happen for me. If I ever change my mind, I don't know, I'll get another copy. It's a plane hijacking story, if you're wondering. The Child Finder. I did read this one around when I was 18 or 19. One of the worst books I've ever read. I won't lie to you guys. I've held on to it for so long just because I did actually read it, and I like to keep books that I've read because it's an accomplishment. But it's time. It's time for you to get out of my house. Next category is random fiction that I have no idea why I have it. Bel Canto by Ann Patchett. I don't even have commentary for this section because the commentary is, I don't know. The Art of Hearing Heartbeats. It's pretty rose gold and shiny. And Equal Music. My mom gave me this because I play the cello and this is about a cellist, or is it just about music? I don't know, sorry mom. Small Island. The Best Laid Plans by Terry Fallis. People love this book. The English Patient. That's in horrible condition. At the Water's Edge, same author as Water for Elephants. She really likes water. I actually took this out of one of Katie's donation boxes. She lets me go through her donation boxes before she goes, and I was like, no, I might read this. I only took it because it was a good condition hardcover. Sorry, Katie. The Alice Network by Kate Quinn. The Huntress, also by Kate Quinn. Now, I shouldn't say I don't know why I have this next one, because I do. It's Small Town Sins, which if you remember was gifted to me by the publisher, Holt and Macmillan. Thank you. I won't donate this until it's actually released, but it's not staying. This one is the only one in its own category, which is nonfiction. It's Spare by Prince Harry. I got this for free from Indigo to promote the book. This is me promoting it. This next category is also very short. You've seen these books before. They're books that I rescued from work during strip covers, so they have no covers. They have to go into a little free library because I can't resell books with no covers. This is a horror book. Yeah, we'll keep it. No, but I don't want to keep it because it has no cover. And it's my own fault it has no cover. This is a kid's book, so goodbye. Final category, fantasy books. The first one I'm actually not going to show because it is a self-published book by somebody that I know in real life through a writing group. We're not like friends, but I do know this person, and I'm not going to mention what book it is, but it is Leaving. Goodbye. I own doubles of Call of Cthulhu by Lovecraft of this exact same edition. I have a box set of all of these. This one I'm still unsure about, Red Rising. The reason I want to donate this one is because as I've mentioned before, I'm trying to replace a lot of my hardcovers with paperbacks because I prefer paperbacks. And I have the rest of this series in paperback except the first one, so it only makes sense to donate a really popular book in hardcover and rebuy it in softcover. But it's a first edition printing in hardcover, and part of me is like, it's gonna be worth something someday. especially because everybody's coming back and reading this series now. So maybe I hang on to it and wait for the opportune moment, or I keep it forever for nostalgia's sake. I'm keeping this one. The last 3 books are a box set, and it is books 10, 11, and 12 of the Wheel of Time. I have not read them. I don't own them, except for these 3. Ryan's read them, but he does not like this edition. He wants like a full, nice, fancy set, which I agree with. That would look much nicer than just having 10, 11, and 12. So I guess they're going into a little free library. Hopefully someone just wants specifically these 3. So that was all the books that I had pre-planned for the video. I might take another look around and see if there's anything else. I don't know, I'm dancing. See if there's anything else that I could part with that I hadn't thought of yet. Ton of my books are still upstairs. We'll take a little field trip up there in a second to take a look around too. But I know I'm donating at least 40 books because I've removed 3 from the stack. I think I'm gonna get rid of these 2 Lucy Foley books as well. Hunting Party and Guest List. Ooh, Black Beauty. Black Beauty. I'll get rid of this. Okay, so I'm back up to 43 books. I'll keep you updated if I decide to get rid of any other books, but I think we're sticking with 43 for now. Before I go, don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell icon so you know when I upload new videos. I upload 2 days a week. I love you guys. Goodbye.